Last up is the Genealogy of Morals from Friedrich Nietzsche, published in 1887. Like Hegel, he brings history and an analysis of history and historical concreteness into the picture of philosophy. Here, analyzing the history of moral concepts and of what it means to be moral and of morality as a field, as a space of theory, as an area of society and of human interaction. And Nietzsche takes that whole space and says, this too has evolved over time. This too is subject to historical change. This too was not always as it is now. This too can be placed into a historical network. Nietzsche follows in the footsteps of Rousseau, Marx, and others in being skeptical of modern civilization or society and the so-called advances of society. For all three thinkers, Rousseau, Marx, and Nietzsche, the so-called gains of modern society have not been worth the cost. So there's different moral concepts that are dealt with here, like guilt, ascetic ideals, the history of literature, masturbation, the permeation of the hatred of the body and of bodily functions into modern society. Nietzsche's very critical of that. He has an idea of master morality and slave morality. One way to put a positive spin on Nietzsche's take here is to say that Nietzsche is an individualist. Nietzsche thinks that modern society has placed too much emphasis on the herd, on herd morality, and on what's good for the entire group at the expense of the individual, and in particular of the creative individual and of the great individual, and of individuals who can innovate and who can create and develop morality in ways that's better fitting with nature and with humans and with human nature. So Nietzsche thinks that we live in a very inverted moral space, and in modernity, and I'd say that's in Nietzsche's modernity as well as our own, we're bent up and twisted against ourselves. And in some ways, the whole point of Nietzsche's genealogical critique is to take those twisted roots, to follow them back. Once you've unraveled this genealogical nest of roots, then what do you do with them? Do you further unbind them? Do you trim them? Do you keep some and try to get rid of others? Do you rearrange them? For Nietzsche, the power of genealogy is that it shows that we're rooted in one way and we don't have to be rooted that way. So thanks very much for checking out this look at the history of modern philosophy. If you like this video and want to see more, remember to like and subscribe. And see you for the next one of these. Bye.